Namaskar my friends, and today I'm back here with another Transformers review, and today thanks to our friends at Shozy Store we have received the BAIWEI TW1027 Cybertron Commander Optimus Prime. And no, the head sculpt does not look like this. It does not. Alright, this is just an artwork. In fact, they have actually written it here. The packaging picture is for reference only. Please refer to the actual product. That's what we're about to do. But this is what the box looks like right here. This is the other side of the box, all blank. This has got some more information here about the figure. This is the other side of the box. This is the top of the box. This is the bottom of the box. And this was the box in a nutshell. So now let's have a look at the figure. As our tradition tells us, we'll first have a look at the accessories he comes with, and this guy comes with a bunch of accessories. So he first comes with this rifle right here, with this gun, blaster, whatever you call it. Now this is more accurate to the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. So yeah, we get that. That's pretty cool. And speaking of Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime, we do get this hologram of the Earth, of our planet. That Optimus shows Bumblebee and says that, "I have found another planet, Earth. You must go there and establish a base." You know, something on those terms. So yeah, that's what we get. It's pretty cool. I'm going to show all of you how this works in just a little bit. We also get this arm cannon blaster thing going on here, and this is from the Rise of the Beast movie, and has been included with this figure, and I'll tell you why that has been done in some time. We also get a battle axe. Yes, very nice details going on right there. Nice Cybertronian alien details going on right there. Very nice Cybertron battle axe. We do get that. We also get these two swords, which also have very nice details. Could have used a bit more paint, but keeping in mind the price this figure is sold at, yeah, you really shouldn't have too many complaints. This is pretty good. I really like the sculpt on these. We also get a grill, and I'll tell you why that is. And we also get this extra head, and this is more of the Rise of the Beast Optimus head. And yeah, nice details right there, nice paint. And in case you want to change the heads, all you got to do is just make sure you pull this out. You know, there we go. That's how you do it. There's a slot there, there's a peg there. You pull it out, get the new head in. It works. The installation is pretty much the same for both the heads, and just kind of sort of, you know, attach them together, put that in, and you get your head. So that's how you basically install the heads, I mean. And you also get some hubcaps for the wheels in case you are looking to create or recreate the Cybertronian mode truck. So I'm going to show you these hubcaps when we do when we have a look at the alt mode or the truck mode. But for now, this is what we get as far as the accessories are concerned. So that's a lot of accessories. Now let's have a look at the figure. And here we have Optimus Prime. Now what BAIWEI have done here for this figure is they have given us a mix of the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime as well as the Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. Hence you get the Rise of the Beast head, as I just showed you. And what BAIWEI have done is they have brought in or sort of incorporated certain changes to this mold, and they have sort of given us a few things which are a little different compared to the original Studio Series Optimus Prime, right? So those of you who could not get that probably could think about getting this after you finish watching this review. So let's have a look at the sculpt, and as you can see, there's paint all over this guy. You know, he's very well painted. I really like that part. So you know, no complaints there. Very nicely painted. So first, when you get him out of the package, he actually comes like this. He comes without his backpack, and you can install the backpack. That's optional, but you know, it's better if you install the backpack. So he comes with this part of the truck, right? And you can just sort of switch over this port right here, which is very useful. So what you got to do is you got to just match the port right here, I mean the slot right here, and just make sure you slot that in properly. And And yeah, so that's all the assembly required once you get him out of the packaging. So yeah, there we go. Again, very nice figure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the figure really. The proportions are quite good, and the head sculpt as well is pretty good. That's the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. That really does look like Optimus from the Bumblebee movie. So like I said, those of you who missed it can probably get this one in your collection if you want. However, there are a few problems with this figure which I'm going to be addressing in just a moment. So the biggest problem with this figure is, yes, the ankle joints. These are basically on ball joints, and over time they will get loose. Now I have transformed him multiple times and these have gotten a bit loose, right? So yeah, that's one of the problems. Also, as you can see, his legs are a bit loose, right? Although they are on drop down hinges, right? The legs do get a little loose after you play with him for a little bit, right? After you keep transforming him, posing him, the legs do get, tend to get a little loose. Another problem that I've had is this arm pin right here. This also gets a little loose. It has not gotten very loose on my copy at least, but yeah, just be careful when you're playing around with this guy. But having said that, this is not a bad figure. It's not a great figure, but this is not a bad figure. I mean, if you want to add him to your collection, you totally can. You absolutely can. Now, as I mentioned that, how do the accessories work? So it's pretty simple. You could use the globe or the, the Earth hologram right here, and yeah, he could totally use that, right? That's pretty cool. The Earth hologram. Now you can get the battle axe into his hand, but the battle axe is very loose. It's very, very loose. It kind of, you see what's happening here. He doesn't hold on to it very tightly, at least not in my copy. So yeah, that is another problem maybe you might have when you're posing him. The blaster from the Bumblebee movie, this is pretty loose on the figure, so and there you go. He doesn't hold it very tightly. It's not very secure in there. It won't fall. Oh, it does. Oh, okay. It does fall. All right, that's the first time that happened. But yeah, so there's a problem right there. So I think the same for this hand as well. It's a little tighter in this hand. But yeah, it's pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. So the gun doesn't quite hold on to the gun that well. However, with the swords, he does hold on to them pretty well. They are pretty secure in there. They won't move out, or they won't get out of his hand. That's good. So yeah, that is something you can rejoice about if you have this figure. So that's pretty good. Another thing which was an absolute disappointment is now. I don't get this. Look at the size of Optimus and look at the size of this blaster. Now I understand what BAIWEI were trying to do here, but this just doesn't work. I mean, all you got to do is make sure that this tab kind of goes into his fist, and look how big that is. Now some people might like it, I personally don't. And if you're thinking, is this going to be compatible with your YOLO Park AMK series Optimus Prime, the model kit? No, it won't be. You'll not be able to get it into his hand. I have already tried it, it doesn't work. Hence I would have shown it here, but yeah, you do get that, which to me makes no sense. And more importantly, the colors don't match up. I don't know how clearly you can see, but you see the shade of red here and see the shade of red used on his body. So yeah, that just doesn't work. This to me made no sense. So yeah, that's what it is. And of course you do get this head as well, and I've already showed you how to install the heads. So that's pretty much it. But yeah, overall, yeah, that's what you get, once you start accessorizing him with stuff that he comes with. But you can use these accessories maybe for other Optimus Prime figures. I've not tried it, so I cannot guarantee it, but maybe you can. But that's what he basically comes with. But overall, the sculpt, the paint, everything is pretty good in this figure. It's not bad. Like I said, it's not a great piece, but it's not a bad piece either. I kind of have mixed emotions about this, because what I'm about to show you next, as far as the articulation and the transformation is concerned, it pretty much makes up for the problem that this figure has. It really does. So now let's have a look at the articulation, and the head doesn't really look up. I mean, yeah, this, if you want to look up, that really doesn't work. That's all a part of the transformation, but the head really doesn't look up too much and barely looks down. So yeah, that's not much range, right? He does have the 360-degree rotation. He's got a little bit of attitude, which is nice, not too bad. So that's good. Now the shoulders, you can just pull this out and it kind of extends, and you can actually do a very nice shoulder range, although it doesn't go up to 90 degrees. You can do the same with this arm as well. So that's the only shoulder range. That's about, the range of the shoulders and the arm going out to the side. So yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. You do get some bicep swivel, which is pretty good, and double jointed elbows, and those look really good. See how well that is done, right? And because of the transformation, he does have a chest rotation, and for the rotation to happen, you actually got to take this part out, or just bring it down a little bit, and you actually get that, which is cool. Now here's the most interesting part, or the most impressive thing about this figure, is he has an ab crunch, and look how much he crunches forward. Now, when was the last time you saw a $25 figure crunch like that? And that is one of the reasons why I like this figure. The articulation is very, very good. So that's how much he crunches forward. It does have a waist rotation, which is very good. He does not have any wrist swivel. The wrists do not go up and down or side to side. And if you just move these flaps out of the way and you use the drop down hinge for his legs, he kicks forward a lot. He does. Look at that range right there. That's fantastic. Great range. And he does do the splits really well. Yeah, so yeah, that's splits look fantastic, doesn't it? He does have, now this is a little bit of a disappointment. They step back a bit. He just gets a single jointed knee, which does give us a range of a little more than 90 maybe. But come on, that really deserved double jointed knees. Come on, they didn't give us that. He does have a knee rotation, which really comes in handy while posing him. He also has his ankles going back that much, front a little bit, and fantastic ankle pivots. Look at that. I love the articulation on this piece, and as you can see on your screen right now, he's very well articulated. You can actually have a ton of fun with this guy, posing him all day around, and you'll actually have fun. And for the price point, this is pretty good, right? And this is why I have mixed emotions about this figure. So now let us get him transformed, and I'll show you why my mixed emotions continue, because although the plastic quality on this figure isn't the best, but after you watch the transformation, you'll understand why this figure makes up for all the problems it has with its articulation and transformation. So let's get started with the transformation. And here we have Optimus Prime in his vehicle alt mode, and I personally really like this mode. It's very nice, and he does have a little bit of weight to him. He doesn't weigh as much when he's in figure form or his robot form, but does weigh a little bit when he is in his alt mode, and I really like this. The transformation is really good. Nice engineering. It's not difficult to transform. It's actually quite easy once you sort of transform him once or twice, but I really like this. I think this is very nice, and you can actually take off this grill, as I showed you earlier. You could actually take this off, and you could actually display the figure just like this, in his alt mode, and you could display him with the grill as well, so that's completely on you. However, there's another thing that you can actually do to this, is you could actually put the hubcaps on the wheels and sort of give him his Cybertronian look, right? Which is pretty cool. I think that is something that is pretty cool as far as some option parts are concerned. So that's really nice. Only one little gripe that I have: you have Optimus Prime's head sticking out of here, right? Which is a little bothersome. At least to me it is. I know it's sort of covered by these two parts right here, but the head kind of sticks out, which is a little annoying. And he doesn't roll as well for some reason. You have the wheels are moving, but I suppose because of this part here, there is a little bit of friction that is happening. So yeah, it's not the smoothest of rolling, but I mean, what could you possibly do? That's pretty much what we get. There's nothing that we can do about this. But once you do get him into his alt mode, you're just going to make sure that the ports are all nudged in and all ported in properly. Of course, I could not actually find a spot how we could store his weapons, because I don't find any ports here, neither I find any ports here. I really don't know how to store the weapons. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer, because people who like to store their weapons in truck mode simply cannot. And I don't think you can even attach a trailer here, because there's no port for the trailer. So yeah, but apart from these two things, I think this is a pretty good truck mode. I really like it. I think it's very nice. It also has rubber treads, rubber tires, which is cool. You don't often get to see that, but yeah, it's very cool. And now let's install the hubcaps that I showed you earlier to turn this truck mode into the Cybertronian truck mode. So let's have a look at that. By the way, these hubcaps actually also work in robot mode. You could actually transform him from his alt mode to his robot mode and back, so there won't be any problems with the hubcaps. They're pretty easy to take off as well, so no issues, no worries there. Now as for size comparisons, these are some of the primes I have in my collection. Starting from the left, we have the MDLX Optimus Prime, followed by the Studio Series SS05. In the middle, we have the BAIWEI Prime that we are reviewing. We have the YOLO Park Model Kit Prime on his right, and then to the extreme right, we have the Transformers Last Night Optimus Prime. Now that is not the Studio Series, that is from the main wave or the main line that was released back then. So those are the size comparisons right there. And here are more primes from my collection. We have the Power of the Primes Optimus Prime on the left. We have the Transformers Prime Optimus Prime that we had a look at a couple of days back, and of course the combiner was Optimus Prime, and that's how he scales with them. And here he is with the 86 movie Studio Series Hot Rod and the Studio Series 100 Bumblebee from Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Here he is finally with an average size Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Now let us move on to my final thoughts. So here are my final thoughts. Well, as far as the plastic quality is concerned, as far as the aesthetics is concerned, it's there. I mean, the plastic quality isn't very good, but the aesthetics are there. Is this the perfect Optimus Prime from the live action movies? Yeah, well, almost, yes. He is aesthetically, but he is flimsy. And as you saw that, once you transform him, he does have this tendency to get loose, at least from my copy. However, the problems and issues that this figure has does kind of get overlooked when you start transforming him, and more importantly when you start articulating him. Although he has a single jointed knee, you can actually have tons of fun articulating this guy, as I did. However, the question still remains, is he a must get? No, he's not. He's not a must get. He's not somebody that you absolutely need to have in the collection. But if you're looking for a decent Optimus Prime at a price point of maybe $24, $25, then look no further. This is something that you could probably include in your collection. But like I said, he does have his issues. So yeah, do make up your mind and do make sure that you have taken the right decision. You shouldn't have regrets once you buy him. So if you have liked this review, then do give us a like, comment, share and subscribe, and we'll have more Transformer reviews coming for you in the next few weeks as well. We have some really big ones in the studio very soon, so stay tuned for that. And also we have a very special car unboxing coming up for you later this week, so yeah, stay tuned for that as well. Till then, please take very good care of yourselves, please take very good care of your families, enjoy your collections, take very good care of your collections, and always remember, till all are one. Thank you so much for joining us today.